What's up, everybody? This is the 8 to 5 trader giving you guys my trades for today. Today I went minus 20 and 50 cents realized gain with a net P&L of minus 86.76. This is the first trading day of the week. I missed Friday. Friday I was like minus 60 or something. I just didn't get a chance to put my load my simulator up before the price before the entries and the exits reset, so I just decided not to do it. But today I went minus 20. Traded 4 tickers. Today was kind of good. It was a little slow, not a lot on the scanner, but I made some mistakes, but you know, here we are. So at the open, I was watching the ARNC for a nice move to the downside. I was looking at to get to this 50 moving average on the 5-minute. What ended up happening, I took it within the first 5 minutes. You guys know that I normally wait till after the first 5 minutes. But after we got this nice push down to the downside, I got in right here. My entry was a little bit late. Basically I got a very bad feel. So what was happening was like the quotes weren't matching up with the execution of the order flow. So I basically just had a bad connection today and ended up getting a late entry. But I went short 200 shares at 19.52. After we got this push down and started to go back up, I cut everything off at 19.36. So I got 16 cents out of that with 200 shares, and I was up 32 bucks. After the first few minutes, and I was going to quit, but I kept going, and I ended up trading AVGO. Made a big mistake. I went 50. I felt like on the 1 minute the price action was good. Got a close below the 9 moving average on the 1 minute. It got caught in between VWAP and the 9 moving average. When you look at that on the 5 minute, it looks like basically it's a bullish trend. So I went short 50 shares at 202.06, looking to get that move back down to the low previous, well, not previous day close, the low of day. I was really looking around 201.11. I wasn't really looking to get a full point out of this, but you know, had I got it, I probably would have cut it off, because I'm trying to cut my trades a little bit shorter, go ahead and book profits and not try to let the price action run, just so I don't get greedy and end up letting the price action go against me and losing out on profits. So I ended up missing out on that on AVGO. Price action was just choppy, but it did close up here around the 9 moving average and finally sold off. Just didn't do the move that I was looking for. Then I traded BIOC. BIOC was a little iffy. I was looking for that break through VWAP down to either the 9 moving average or the 20 moving average. Price action it didn't have volume, and I should have just left it alone. But it looked good on the 1 minute and the 5 minute. It just didn't work out. I think if it had volume, it would have went ahead and pushed out. You can see right here these gaps in the candles that's showing you that the price action didn't really have any volume. And I think had it had the volume, it probably would have went ahead and blew through it. But I ended up stopping out. I went short 200 shares at 690, and I stopped out at 708. And it never really got the move. It did bounce off the 9 moving average here almost 10 minutes later, but it just didn't make the move when I was in there. Then I came back later on ARNC again, looking for the fade to the downside. See, this is why I try not to let the price action run too much, because I end up not taking profits when I need to. And I went short 19.16, really good entry. I got 10 cents out of it, and the price action ended up squeezing. Now, this squeeze right here was very abrupt, and I ended up letting it come back down a little bit before I finally got out. But I got out when the price action stopped here, and I was just like, you know what? I don't want this thing to keep squeezing. It came down, and it came back down to break even before it finally popped up. So I'm glad I got out of that, but then it made a nice big sell-off around that 10:30 mark. So it is what it is. I'm glad I stopped out. Then I came back later and made a trade on IQ. I was trying to catch a reversal, and the first trade I ended up cutting it off. I went short 200 shares, looking for that move down to the 20 moving average on the 1 minute. And basically the price action got kind of stubborn, and I really didn't want to get squeezed up hard like this right here kind of happened. So I ended up cutting it off, and so I went short 200 shares at 35.90, and I cut it off at 35.96. Lost 12 bucks on that plus commissions, around 21 bucks. Then I came back and I went short at 35.94, 200 shares, and I got the move down to the 20, and covered all at 35.75. So I got 19 cents out of that move. So that's the move I was looking for. Was hoping it would get a little bit lower, but I know when these moves happen, you kind of got to go ahead and take profit and get out, because especially if it's in a bullish trend. Basically, this is like almost like a ABCD pattern that kind of consolidated before it finally popped. So you got like A right here, you got B, This is this is C, even though it tried to make a new high. This is C, and then you count the rest as D. So it's basically like, or rather a ABCD pattern. You can consider it a bull flag. So that's, you know, here's the pole and here's the flag. So that's pretty much what it was. And I know those kind of moves are kind of short lived, so you got to go ahead and take profit when they do happen. So all of that ended up negative 20. Realized. I feel like I traded well today. I did make the mistake on AVGO. But I kind of feel like that was a good trade. When you look at it on the 1 minute, I feel like it was a good trade. It just didn't work out. Kind of how this right here happened. That's what I was looking for. But I guess you could say you can kind of see a trend of it going up. But, you know, hindsight is 2020. You don't see this kind of stuff while you're trading. As far as the commissions go, I racked up 12 tickets. So that was in and out 6 times because I didn't add to my position or cover half or anything. I just kind of got in with the position size that I wanted, making sure I had a really good entry and just getting out as soon as the profits happen rather than trying to cover half and all that kind of stuff. Because, you know, if I cover half, then it goes up more back to my original entry, then I take everything off, I'm missing out on profits and I'm racking up commissions. So with a small account like that, my mindset is focus on good entries, and when you get that big move, or not even a big move, when you get enough of a move for it to make sense, I just cut it off. And when I grow my account, then I can decide to, okay, I'm going to hold this a little bit longer, just to see if I get more of a move out of it. So in case it does go the other way, it's not that big of a deal. So that's what I'm looking at, working on this week, just focusing on my entries, taking the size I need to take at the right time, and then make sure that when I get that move, I go ahead and take profit and get out. Because my daily goal is $50 a day, maybe 50 to 100, but I'm really looking at 50. Keep it conservative. Just when the move happens, take profit and slowly build this $3,000 to $4,000 account up to $10,000. Then if I can do that, then that'll let me know that I can grow easily from 10 to 25. Because that's just me just upping my size and just, you know, instead of taking 200 shares on these big moves, I can take 400 or 500 shares. Because at that point, I can take a bigger loss, of course, having the same stop loss limits, just like having a small account. So that's what I'm working on this week. We'll see what happens. But today is just I made a few mistakes, but today was choppy. It just, the market was kind of slow. So we'll see what happens tomorrow, and yeah, hopefully have a profitable week.